Hello, and welcome to the AGC of Washington COVID-19 Site Supervisor Training. My name is Mandy Keim. I'm the Director of Safety Services, and I'll be walking you through this training. The COVID-19 Site Supervisor must adhere to the responsibilities of the role and be given authority to enforce the provisions of the role. The COVID-19 Site Supervisor must be on site at all times while work is being performed to monitor and ensure compliance. You can find a document on the AGC of Washington website that outlines all of the Site Supervisor responsibilities that we will be reviewing today. If you are assuming the Site Supervisor position for your organization, it is important that you have read and understand all of the elements listed on the Site Supervisor's Responsibilities document, and that you've been given the authority to enforce all the items listed. First, every day, the Site Safety Supervisor must ensure that a COVID-19 daily attendance log is completed that shows attendance for all workers and visitors. You must include on that attendance log the employee's name, phone number, and email address, as well as indicate that they were health screened. The reason for tracking all of this information is so that if there is someone that comes up positive for COVID-19 on the job site, there is a means to get in touch with the affected employees. The COVID-19 Site Supervisor is in charge of ensuring social distancing and hygiene practices are being conducted on site. They must ensure that workers are maintaining a minimum of 6 feet of social distancing at all times. The COVID-19 Site Supervisor must also ensure that meetings are limited to under 10 participants and social distancing is maintained throughout. They must also ensure documentation of meetings is done by one person so that no communal pen, paper, or device is passed amongst the meeting attendees. The COVID-19 Site Supervisor is also in charge of trade stacking to ensure that we don't end up with multiple trades and employees all sharing the same workspace. COVID-19 Site Supervisors should also encourage and direct workers to wash hands before and after eating, sneezing, and coughing. They should also ensure that there is no sharing of PPE. The COVID-19 Site Supervisor is responsible for hand wash stations. They must ensure adequate hand wash stations are installed, maintained, and regularly sanitized. They must also ensure hand sanitizer is stocked and available for intermittent use between hand washing. As the COVID-19 Site Supervisor, you are responsible for ensuring that health screens are conducted in accordance with Phase 1 of the construction restart per Governor's Stay Home, Stay Healthy order. AGC has developed resources to assist with this process. Per the COVID-19 Symptom Screening Guide, make sure that you are starting each workday with a temperature scan and that temperature must be below 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit as published by the CDC. You will then ask each employee the following series of questions. Do you have any COVID-19 positive members in your household? Do you have a cough? Do you have shortness of breath? Do you have fatigue or muscle aches? Do you have a new loss of taste or smell? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, or the answer to the last question is no, they do not agree to report the onset of any symptoms, then this person is not eligible to report for work that day. The temperature scan guide also goes through detailed instructions on how to properly conduct a temperature scan. Wherever possible, a non-contact thermometer should be used and cleaned in accordance with manufacturer's specifications. Should you use a contact thermometer, it should be disinfected between each user per the manufacturer's specifications. Whoever is performing the screening work should wear appropriate PPE while performing the temperature screens. Again, it is not required to document the results of the temperature scan or the answers to the questions. Rather, you can log that information on your daily attendance log as a pass or fail. The COVID-19 site supervisor is also in charge of helping workers limit contact while at work. Some measures to employ for this effort include ensuring no shared water coolers and encourage workers to bring their own drinks. Discourage the sharing of tools and equipment where possible and ensure proper cleaning in between use. Discourage ride sharing. Instruct workers to maintain social distancing even while waiting in line for food trucks, hand washing stations, and restroom facilities. And as a means to add to fresh airflow, prop open doors where safe and feasible. As the COVID-19 site supervisor, it is also your responsibility to maintain the cleaning and disinfecting protocols as established by your site safety COVID plan. You must ensure sanitation supplies are fully stocked and available, ensure sanitation of common use areas is being conducted regularly, as well as ensure safety data sheets are on file for all cleaning and disinfecting products. In the role of COVID-19 site supervisor, it is also your responsibility to enforce use of required PPE at all times. Which PPE is required is outlined in your COVID-19 site safety plan. Some options may include face masks, cloth face coverings, safety glasses, safety goggles, or a variety of different gloves that can be used as applicable to the tasks being performed. Another area of responsibility for the COVID-19 site supervisor is to make sure the job site postings have been posted and are clearly legible and accessible. Two such postings are the overview of job site safety practices that explains requirements for employers and employees. Another required job site posting is the actual Phase 1 Job Site Safety Practices Acknowledgement sign. And on there, it must document who the site supervisor is and how they can be reached. Following the safety and health rules for COVID-19 is critically important to each of us as an individual as well as to the workforce as a whole. So workers refusing to follow the COVID-19 safety rules are subject to disciplinary action, including being removed from the job site. If worker retraining is necessary, the COVID-19 site supervisor can facilitate retraining. Thank you for participating in the AGC of Washington COVID-19 Site Safety Supervisor Training. Please remember, as a COVID-19 Site Safety Supervisor, it is your responsibility to follow all of the guidelines required by the COVID-19 Site Safety Supervisor Responsibilities document. For more information on this role or COVID-19 safety protocols for construction, please visit the AGC COVID-19 resource page. Also, please remember that these are trying times for all of us, so your attention to your own mental and physical health are vitally important. For resources on mental health during this crisis, please visit the AGC Suicide Prevention Resources page. Again, thank you for participating in this training and for all you're doing to keep our workers safe and working.